It is a rather startling fact that 1 in 4 Canadian kids between the ages of 2 and 5 are overweight. I don't know the adult statistics, but just by observation, I suspect too many adults are a little obese too, or a lot obese. If you've been on a diet, you know diets simply don't work for long or forever. On that note, we welcome Lorna Vanderhaeghe, our resident nutritional medicine expert, author, and researcher, back to Studio 4 to tell us more about this book that's been out a long time, A Smart Woman's Guide to Weight Loss, and about yourself in 2012.
Yes, well...
Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. The Smart Woman's Guide to Weight Loss has been out of stock for about 3 months, and so I noticed that it was going for $80 a copy on eBay. So if you have one, it's worth money right now. And on Friday, we'll actually have it back in stock again.
Right here, 80 bucks.
Yeah.
Give a call. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We'll keep it because you signed it.
Right, and this book is not about diets because diet is the 4-letter word for the food we eat. We should be eating it every day. And diets that people go on to lose weight generally don't work because, you know, reducing calories and running on the treadmill is not the secret to weight loss. You know, we've got to eat the right kind of foods every day. And we also should find out if the reason why we've gained weight may be due to a health condition. You know, things like antidepressants can cause up to a 60-pound weight gain in a matter of weeks. So if you're on a medication that causes weight gain, no diet's going to help you. And things like low thyroid cause terrible weight gain and belly fat as well. Stress will also cause us to gain weight around the middle. So some of the health conditions we get will make us fat too.
Okay, what is it about stress that makes you gain weight around the middle? Why the middle?
Yeah, high levels of cortisol, which is your stress hormone, that are constantly being pumped out because you're having unrelenting stress, cause your fat cells around the middle to become basically resistant to fat loss. The door on the fat cells slams shut and won't open up, so the fat cell gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it actually changes the shape of the fat cells around your belly. So that's the reason why we end up with belly fat when we're under tremendous amounts of stress.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but you probably have, that every time you go on a site on the internet today, there is a belly fat cure. Safflower oil, coconut oil, some kind of oil, take this, take that.
It's true, and what women have to understand is a lot of the hormones that women are taking, or a lot of even the bioidentical hormones, can cause belly fat. So if you're on estrogens or you're on progesterone and you've noticed that you've started to gain weight or your breasts are getting really, really big, it may very well be due to the hormones you're on as well. So yes, we're looking for belly fat cures because we're an aging population. This is the first time in history the majority of the adults are over the age of 50. So we have huge numbers.
The me generation has blossomed.
We're all getting that, you know.
Is that just a factor of aging, or, well, it's not just a factor because I have a woman in my Pilates class who's older than I am, and she doesn't have any belly fat.
Right. It has nothing to do with aging. It has to do with the foods we eat. We eat too many of the carbohydrates that cause weight gain. Grains, for example, you know, they changed the Canada Food Guide to have people eat more grains, but grains cause us to get fat. A lot of Canadians do not break down grains properly. They end up carrying a lot of water weight, which we call edema, and belly fat in particular, this slushy belly fat where you poke it and it feels like it's full of water. So a lot of grains are a problem. People are not eating enough vegetables. They avoid fats, which is the worst thing to do, and fat burns fat. So if you eat the right fats.
Okay, right fats. Let's talk about that.
So things like extra virgin olive oil, organic coconut butter. Yes, organic coconut butter is a star because it contains medium chain triglycerides, which burn fat.
So does that mean you take a teaspoon of coconut oil, or you cook in it? Do what with it? You
can use it in replacement of butter. So you can do it that way. It's great on popcorn. And you can take a teaspoon of it when you first get up in the morning because that'll help jumpstart that fat-burning furnace.
My coconut oil hardens.
Yes, it does. When it's warm, it goes liquid, and when it's cold, it gets hard like butter, and then you can make pie crust with it too.
I see.
Yes.
Coconut pie crust.
So there are fats that burn fat. One of the Health Canada approved weight loss supplements, and there aren't very many, there are only a few. One is green tea extract. The other one is CLA, so that starts with Charlie. And CLA is a fat that burns fat, and it literally liquefies the fat in your body. And in all the studies, they did 0 diet change. So people still ate their pretty crummy diets, and took CLA and were able to lose weight.
What's in CLA again?
It's a fat. It's a very special fat that burns fat. So it used to be found in butter and in red meats that were when the cow was allowed to graze on grass. Then the cow would make lots of CLA. But of course now our cows are not unless you're buying grassland-fed beef.
Yes, grass-fed beef, great beef. The
best.
And antibiotics in meat and all of that can't be all that good for us. But organic, grass-fed?
Absolutely, because you get higher levels of CLA. But for the person who has tried everything and knows that the diet doesn't work for them, these fats, like safflower oil, like GLA, which has another study on fat loss, and like CLA, and I would get CLA with green tea extract. When you go to the health food store, get them together because you can buy them in capsules combined. And this is when you really get weight loss because green tea extract also causes weight loss along with this fat that burns fat.
As you know, we have a fear of fat, but we should have a fear of the wrong fats. Or fats that we fry in and they're too high. Or
I want to stand in the grocery store. Yeah, I want to stand in the grocery store next to the yogurts and say to people, stop buying that no-fat, low-fat yogurt. It's full of carbohydrates. So then you get fatter. You want to have the full-fat yogurt and not with sugar and all the other junk in it. You can put your own fruit on top.
Sure, plain yogurt. And apparently goat yogurt is more easier to digest than cow's milk.
Yes, and they even now have a coconut yogurt that's made by So Good, that's made with coconut milk, so you get the medium chain triglycerides. So there's lots of options for people, and learning how to eat every day. So get yourself a large freezer bag, the Ziploc freezer bags, fill it with sugar snap peas and celery and carrots and broccoli and cauliflower. Fill it to the top every morning before you go to work. Put it in your car, eat them when you're in the car, put it by your desk, eat them at work. And that way you'll be getting the 5 cups of vegetables a day you're supposed to eat effortlessly. You won't even notice. You won't be hungry.
Yes, you will. You'll be craving, craving a cookie.
And the reason why people are getting so fat as they get older is because they become insulin resistant. And what that means, because nobody knows what that means, is when we eat, sugar goes in our blood. Insulin's supposed to push the sugar into your cells so it gets burned up like a furnace. But when we get older, we become insulin resistant, and insulin can't push that sugar into the cell. And as a result, we get fatter and fatter and fatter, and nothing seems to work.